This is a lot of materials for teaching grade 1 from K-12. Let's open the boxes and I'll show you what's in here. Teaching first grade normally is very hands-on, so let's make learning at home fun and make it hands-on also. K-12 gives you all 3 of these boxes. As with all K-12 materials, there's a packing slip that has boxes for you to check off as you unbox each item. The great thing about this program is you get sight cards that are kindergarten level. You get the entire phonics series of books. So I will open it just to show you that the very first grade reader starts off with 5 little mini readers inside. It almost looks like a chapter book for your first grader. Pat and Mr. Kim is the first story. You can see how many words are on the page. We've moved from kindergarten to first grade level. Each story is about 6 pages long. Then you've got your next short vowel, consonant words, John and Jad. So when you finish this first book, you're probably finished with most of your short vowel sounds. Then we move on. These do say Phonics Works Advanced to show you the difference between the kindergarten level and the first grade level. All of these readers are included in the box. Next, you have your Phonics Assessments, which the teacher or learning coach needs to pull back. After each unit, you will give an assessment to make sure the student is ready to move on. Each student gets their own phonics workbook, which goes along with the readers, and the lesson guide will tell you exactly what to use and when to use it. We've got the Phonics Works Book 2, which is for the second half of the year. So I would pull back the assessments and the book 2, put them away until you need them. Lastly, in this box for phonics, you've got your phonics lesson guide, book 1. It shows you how to use all the manipulatives that we're going to open in a minute, and shows you how to actually teach first grade. It tells you exactly if something is offline or online, the materials that you'll need to use, and offline, it tells you, take 30 minutes, sound of short E, get ready, the learning section, the sight words that go along with it, and then the online follow-up. The online follow-up is 20 minutes long. The student should be able to do it on their own. It also comes with the basic sight words as well as the advanced sight words. Once a student completes this pile, we'll move on to this pile. Let's pull this back and put it with the second half of the year and the assessments, and keep this out in the pile with the readers for your student. The next thing you get to go along with the phonics program is this binder. And in the binder from K-12, they pack this full of manipulatives. So in this binder, you've got your dry erase cards that are for individual words. With your markers and your eraser, goes in this pocket. Over here, you've got your dry erase board and your easel. That's why we love K-12. It comes with everything that a teacher would teach with. This stands up, and all of these magnet letters with all of the different phonemic awareness. It comes with the dry erase easel and all of the magnet letters with the chunks that you're going to need to teach first grade. It also comes with the binder. This has holes in it. They all fit in here so that you can keep them safe. Again, K-12 does a really good job of putting the line underneath, so when they line them up, they know that the letters go in this order, and this is always on the bottom. They don't flip them around. This is great for any phonemic awareness program. So again, the readers, the sight word cards, the easel, and this entire kit come in the boxes to teach first grade reading. Give your child a really good foundation. This really works. So we've unboxed 2 of the 3 boxes for the literature, language arts, first grade level. The first one had the phonics readers, the sight word cards, and the teacher materials, plus the workbook for the student. The second one was the binder with the magnetic letters, the dry erase cards, and the dry erase board, and the easel. This easel, the magnet letters fit on it. Lastly, we're going to open this box with this packing slip, and we are going to get the language arts program for first grade. It is filled with lots of things to do that are hands-on. I love it. The first thing is, I don't know why they put this in here, but I guess they think that you're going to the library and you're going to put some stuff in here. I would make it a grab bag or something like that. You've got stars to put on the point charts. As the student finishes each unit, he gets a star, he or she. So this is a great thing to have for motivation. So we're going to start unboxing the readers. Frog and Toad are Friends is everyone's favorite from first grade. So there's your first one. Check them off as you go. They never put these in the order that they appear in the box. So you do have to take a minute and find it on the list. Ready, set, read. And in here there's a collection of different literature stories. Danny and the Dinosaur. Here are the K-12 World magazines. There are 4 of them at the first grade level. What I do is I mark them on the back, grade 1, book 1, grade 1, book 2, whatever, so that you know what you're going to need. You can put it in order, and you can put away the 3 K-12 World books that you're not going to need until later. This is a year program, so you need to pull back as much as you can and only have at your fingertips what you're going to be using. First grade has a lot in it. It's a lot of manipulatives. So make sure that you put back half of these phonics readers until you need them. Let's continue. Al at Home. Here is the motivational chart that goes on the child's wall somewhere for motivation. As they finish the vocabulary unit 1, they get a star here. Literature and comprehension, spelling, and writing. You can see that this program includes a lot of areas and that you do all of them very well. A picture for Harold. Weather, poems for all seasons. Their literature unit is extremely strong. Listen, My Children. Poems for first graders. It's a big poetry unit to start with. The handwriting book that they use is Zaner Bloser. It's a really good one. Students need to make sure to be sitting at a low enough table that their feet can touch the ground. If not, put a box under their feet because they need to learn how to write correctly. Sylvester and the Magic Pebble. These are the support materials for the teacher. So let's pull that back as well. Bedtime for Francis is one of the first stories that you're going to read with your student in first grade. Here's the assessments, the tests that are going to be given as you go. So pull those back for the teacher back here. The Legend of Blue Bonnet is another one of the first stories that you will read with your student for first grade. So these 2 books need to come out and be in your child's binder or whatever crate you're going to use. Let's pull everything that we're going to need for the first couple weeks. These are story cards that you'll use later. Each student gets a journal. They put their picture on it, and they do a lot of journaling throughout the year. Ready to read. Here comes the parade. Here's the Book 1 Language Arts Activity Book. This is the book that goes along with all of these readers. It is book 1, so your student would get it right away. Little Bear and I Mean It, Stanley. I don't know if you know these books, but kids love those Stanley books. This is book 2. This is the activity book, where we're going to hold it back for the second half of the year. The First Thanksgiving. K-12 Classics for Young Readers, Volume A. Volume A means first grade. You're going to get a Volume B if you do second grade next year. These are the readers. And at first, the student is reading along with the learning coach. After a while, the student will be reading these on their own. Spelling handbook for the learning coach to show you how to do each lesson. Again, their lesson plans are excellent. It tells you what's online, what's offline, how long each should take, what materials you're going to need for each lesson. Tales of Amanda Pig. Amelia Bedelia, everyone's favorite. Who Will Be My Friend? This is the lesson guide for the learning coach. It is book 1, so the learning coach will need this right away. It does not go with the student materials, it goes with the teacher materials. Harry and the Lady Next Door. Here are the language assessments, book 2. That's for January, so you got to hold that back. And here is the language arts lesson guide, book 2, that gets pulled back. So my suggestion is anything that says book 2, put it back in the box and store it somewhere. Just pull out what you're going to need for the first month. Otherwise, this is just too overwhelming. Final thoughts are, I know you can do this. We're all in it together, so let's make learning fun.